Greetings, hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing a long-ass quicker review of the new Neil Cicierega album titled Mouth Dreams. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video. This is the fourth entry in the Mouth mashup series from musical memer Neil Cicierega. Each album sees Neil progressively get more and more wild with his mashup ideas, going from numerous renditions and mixes of All-Star to the wild meetings of Bare Naked Ladies, Michael Jackson, and Santana on the same track. Neil doesn't just get like 2 or 3 tracks and just mush them together, he makes them make love, and that is beautiful. And his ideas only proceed to get bolder and bolder on the 26 song long Mouth Dreams, which is immediately present with the track SPONGEROCK, a mashup of the SpongeBob theme song and Queen's We Will Rock You. The pirate vocals are slow to fit the tempo of the percussion, and Mercury's vocals in turn are spun on top of an idle SpongeBob track. The chemistry somehow works. It's insanity, and we're just getting started. The next track, Just a Baby, is Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues meets Justin Bieber's Baby, with Hoobastank's The Reason serving as the instrumental. The hook on this track is laugh out loud hilarious, with the way Bieber backs up Cash's tearful and morally broken vocals with baby, 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 no. Like, what the fuck? Moving on to Superkiller, which is Super Freak by Rick James meets Talking Heads Psycho Killer. The vocals of Psycho Killer are put on top of Super Freak, and also has this funny bit where Neil edits the vocals to make David Byrne sound like he's contradicting himself. Get Happy is a high-flying, overly positive remix of the Partridge Family theme song that you can't help but just sing along to. Then probably the wildest crossover I have ever heard Neil do in Ribs, which is a Chili's Baby Back Ribs jingle colliding with Marilyn Manson's The Beautiful People. I was guffawing the first time I heard this because I don't know how it turned out so good. Manson's grim, growling, and gothic vocals sound like he can't wait to have him some baby back ribs. It's easily my favorite on the album. AEROLONG is Foo Fighters' Everlong meeting with Aerosmith's I Don't Want to Miss Anything, with Grohl's vocals mentioning being sleepy and dreaming, which is actually a motif a lot of these tracks have going for them. Like the hilarious follow-up track Sleepin, a remix of Lit's My Own Worst Enemy, where the vocals are edited to repeat this line of sleeping with my clothes on. Amore is a rendition of Dean Martin's That's Amore, but the vocals on the track are warbled to make it sound like Dean has had too much wine, with him messing up pronunciations and not even finishing some lines, which is helped by the drunken sonic detour at the tail end of the track. Where Is My Mom is another laugh out loud moment on the album. Where Is My Mind by the Pixies meets Stacy's Mom by Fountains of Wayne, where the singer asks Stacy if he can come over after school and confesses that he is more into Stacy's mom than Stacy herself because Stacy's mom's got it going on. FREDHAMMER is Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer meeting Limp Bizkit's Nookie, where Fred Durst furiously raps about his shameless love for cookies. Nookie's instrumental is sampled on the next track, Limp WICKET, which instead of Fred Durst features the Ewoks rap, where they verbalize however the fuck Ewoks communicate with each other. Cannibals is sonically the most abstract on the album. She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals is the vocal feature, but what makes the track remarkable is the way Neil warps, twists, stretches, and transforms the THX sound effect into a monolithic entity with giant cascading drones, note-shifting repetitions, and inversions that give off a very creepy vibe, just in time for Halloween. The Outsiders Interlude is funny as hell. The narration introduces the characters of the famous book like Ponyboy, Dallas, and Soda Pop, and then we get introductions of random entities consisting of E.T., Kids Cuisine, Payless Shoes, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 before ending on Johnny, which segues into the next track, Johnny, which is Johnny Cash's cover of 9 Inch Nails' Hurt meets Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Throughout the track you can hear booing as Astley's verse plays, almost like he's performing live or something. Following that up is CLOSERFLIES, which is a pretty enjoyable mashup of 9 Inch Nails' Closer and Owl City's Fireflies. The next track, NIGHTMOVIN, features the instrumental of Moving Out by Billy Joel with the vocals of Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare. The dark lyrics are contrasted with the cheery presentation of the song. Works pretty well. Whitehouse is the White Stripes meets the Looney Tunes with the cartoonish jazz composition. Jack White's vocals from Fell in Love with a Girl are slapped right on top of it, and it does not miss a beat. The track Wah is the verses of Spice Girls Wannabe over the instrumental and hook of War by Edwin Starr, but every time war or want is said, it is replaced by Nintendo Bizarro mascot Wario's catchphrase Wah! which is incredibly stupid in a good way. Following that is Pee-wee Inc., which is Gorillaz Feel-Good Inc. put on top of a track from the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure scored by Danny Elfman. The piano-led childless composition also features Pee-wee's laugh, which is synchronized with De La Soul's laugh. It is hilarity. 10,000 Spoons is an interesting enough remix of Ironic by Alanis Morissette. Mouth Dreams EXTRO is like Backstreet Boys meets Vaporwave meets Noise. It is incredibly experimental. I love the little touches of Serge Tankian's warbled "Wake up!" to fit in with the Mouth Dreams motif. Not to mention, at this point in the record, I was surprised to not hear any residue of any kind of Smash Mouth's All Stars anywhere, which is a staple of the Mouth mashup lore. So imagine the eureka I had on my second listen, where I discovered that the encoded, liquidated alien vocals toward the end of the track was actually All Stars. This is quite a fucking echo jam, to say the least. 1-0 Point Never would be proud. This is amazing. Then serving as epilogues are the tracks BRITHOVEN and Ain't. BRITHOVEN is a quick minute-long detour with Britney Spears' Baby One More Time put on top of Beethoven's Fifth. The novelty wears off for me admittedly on this track, so coming back around to it, I wasn't as intrigued. And the closer Ain't, which is Weezer's Say It Ain't So meets Edvard Grieg's classical composition in the Hall of the Mountain King. Rivers' vocals are put on top of the ever-growing tense composition, and while I do like the track, I don't think it's a good closer. I thought Mouth Dreams EXTRA would have served way better on this spot. Really, the only other track I didn't really care for at all was the mashup of Aerosmith's Dream On and Green Day's Brain Stew on the track My Mouth. I didn't find the sampling to be all that creative or refined on this track. Billy Joel Armstrong's listless vocals combined with the slow buildup of the instrumental was musical NyQuil. It was really boring to me. But overall, this album is loaded with a ton of inventive mashup ideas that just click. Not to mention the subtle boatloads of comedic elements in how Neil edits the songs. This is by far the wildest Mouth mashup album in the series. The ideas here are very outlandish, but it also serves as a testament to Neil's fundamental understandings of how to materialize these ideas and realize them into fruition. I don't know how he does it, and I hope he keeps on doing it for another potential entry. Listen to this one. It is amazing. If you have heard it, what'd you think of it? Let me know down below, and I will leave it at that. I'd give it a